Okay, so in chapter 1 of your book, it talks about data verification. Okay, so please don't be confused with verification and validation. Okay, verification is basically you checking the data for accuracy that basically the computer cannot do. Okay, so it says when the data of a new type is identified, it must be checked for accuracy. Explain what is meant by verification of data and describe how data can be put into the tyre ID and price fields and how it should be verified. So, which you've been through the questions of chapter 1 in your book in class, you should be able to remember this. Okay, so 3 ways to basically verify data. Just visual checking, quite simple. So that is you actually scanning up and down the screen and checking the data. Okay, for things, could be spelling errors, could be numbers the wrong way round, things like that. Okay, then the next is something called double data entry. Okay, that's another method of verification, and the data is input into the computer system twice. And what the computer does is the computer will actually check both data files, and they would check for inconsistencies. Okay, so if the computer system's matched, then obviously it's verified. If it's not matched, then there's something wrong. So an example of that may be when you fill out a form online and they ask you to type in your email address, then they ask you to type it in again, and if it doesn't match the first one, then there's something wrong. Then the next is simply proofreading. Okay, so that's the process of checking information. So for simple spelling errors, grammar errors, formatting, that kind of thing. Okay, so think about the tyre ID field and look back at the scenario and give an example from the scenario I suggest, and then check the price, and then basically also it's the price fields, how it should be verified. If you're still confused, reread page 20 to 21 in your book, basically from verification to proofreading. Okay, so and that's that.